For some years now, the Italian government, from the middle of the year getting to the end, looks at the needs of the work sector, and then they give the opportunities to families that live here and then employers that live in the country to bring people from outside the country to come and work. This is what they call the Flussi. Now, this is how it works. They look at the work sector. It could be the logistics, it could be the transportation, the mechanical, teaching, healthcare, the care and everything. And then they say, okay, looking at the availability of the work we have and then the less workers, we need, like, example, 5,000 workers. So they tell everybody who happens to be an employer that you can bring someone from outside the country to come and work in Italy. For some years now, we the foreigners have been abusing that thing drastically. We bring people here, we don't give them contracts, we don't do anything for them, and then we even charge them for bringing them here into the country. I don't blame anybody. You know, some people see a business opportunity in anything they do. But in the year 2025, it's not going to be like that. Now, in the year 2025, they are making sure that anybody that steps foot in this country through that Flussi comes through the right channel. And they are also making sure that the work contract that you came with and then the person that issued you the contract is doing it the right way. For the past few years, we the foreigners have opened the Italians' eyes. Why? Because we bring people to this country. Now, where we told the government that the people were coming to stay, one, they don't stay there. They come looking for the person, they don't find the person. And then the employer begins to give excuses. The person did this, the person did that, and it becomes a whole different situation altogether. So for them to be able to control this particular Flussi, they have made 13 changes. Yes, 13 drastic changes, and that is the essence of today's video. If you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, because this video is going to be posted fully on YouTube. Now, this video is just to give you a glimpse of the full video that is going to be posted on YouTube. So if you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please go and do so that more information like this, you get to hear it first. Now, in the previous years, they do it like this. They allow you to bring the person into the country, then you give the person a work contract, then you give the person somewhere to stay, because obviously if I'm coming to Italy, I don't have anywhere staying. You give me somewhere to stay, you give me a work contract, and then you take me, the person that you have brought into the country, you take me to Prefettura. You present me and say, this is the person that I said was coming to work with me. The person has presented himself. This is the job that the person is going to do. You present everything, and then they give the person a work permit. Over the past few years, we the foreigners don't do that. All we do is go through the necessary documentations, bring the person into this country, and basta. We don't follow up anymore. What the person does, whether they work, whether they don't work, we don't get to pay the taxes. And then this is the reason why they allow us to bring the people, for the taxation system. Because they work, they pay tax, the person gains, you the employer gains, and then the government gains. But then we bring the people into the country, and then that is all. No work contract, no presentation at Prefettura, no residence, nothing. They find it even difficult to get hold of the person after they've been in the country. So now they are making changes, and then these are some of the changes. Now, the very first thing they are going to do is give a longer period for the click day. Now, this is what that means. It means that the Italian government is going to give you a longer period for you to be able to present what they call the domanda. Now, what that means is you are going to present every documentation and every information that you have as you, the employer, and then that of the employee. So much so that they are able to verify and then see that every process that you are going through is right, even before they accept the domanda. And in that process, if your domanda is not accepted, you will know, so that you don't get to fraud the government, and then they also do not waste your time. So a longer period for the click day means you get the chance to present your domanda, go through every single step the right way, so that anything that you present that is wrong, it will be refuted right now, for you not to waste their time and they not to waste your time. So that is the essence of a longer period for the click day. Number two, we all know that in Italy there are systems in place. We have INAIL, we have INPS, we have Camera di Commercio, we have Agenzia di Entrate. The government is going to make sure that all those systems are put together in one place, so that when you give them the information, they don't have to go to INPS to verify one, come to Agenzia di Entrate to verify one, go to this place to verify. They have everything in the same place. So when you present your domanda, when you present it, anything that they are supposed to refuse or anything that they are supposed to accept is already in the system. So you don't get the chance to put in false information. When you put it in and it's false, the system rejects you. Not anybody working, but then the system working. And this thing reminds me of Trini Joshua. The system is going to work. Now, number 3 is when the government decides that they need 5,000 workers for a particular period of time, and then the time comes and they don't get all the 5,000 workers, they are willing to give multiple click days. What does that mean? It means when we don't get the number of people that we need, example, by the end of January, maybe, I don't know the dates yet, they have not been communicated, but maybe in March, I'm going to open another click day for people to also come in again. Why? Because we have not been able to get the number of people necessary to fill in those spaces. So there will be an opportunity for people to redo their demanda and then represent whatever they want to do again and again, depending on the number of times they give the multiple click days. I hope you understand. If you're a foreigner listening to me, number 4 is supposed to be very serious for you. Now, the government is going to make sure before you bring the person from a foreign country into Italy, their work contract must be ready. You prepare a work contract for the person even before they step foot in the country. Even if they have gotten the nulla osta, without the work contract, a digital one of course, that is going to be presented through the system. Even if they have the nulla osta in their country, they will still not be given the visa to come into the country. So this time around, they are very strict. They are making sure that no one is fooling them and they are not fooling anyone. Number 5. Now, as I said initially, sometimes people come into the country and then they are residents where the employer declared that they were coming to stay. The government comes to find them and then there's no one there. So this time around, they are making it what the Italians called obligo. They are obliging every employer that wants to bring someone from outside the country to give them a digital residence, which is going to be verified even before the person comes here. So no ups and downs, you go to commune and then you can't lie to anybody anymore. So you prepare and then you get them a digital residence, which is going to be verified even before the person comes here. They don't want people sleeping outside and then people stranded in the country, all in the name of they came to work and then the employer here was a fraud. You understand? So if you want to do the Flussi this year, you need a digital residence to be presented whilst you are doing the demanda, even before the person comes here. Now, these are the first 5 changes that the government has made for the 2025 Flussi application. Now, if you want to have the full information, please head to my YouTube channel where I'm posting all the videos there. So please go watch the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Now, these are the top 5 changes that have been made in the application of the 2025 Flussi. If this is the first time watching my video, please head to my YouTube channel. I'll put the link down there. Make sure you head to my YouTube channel, you watch the video, then let me know your thoughts in the comment section. And while you are at it, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you very much. Number 6. Now, when we spoke about number 4, talking about getting them the contract before they step foot in the country, when they come finally into the country, the government wants to see that the person is working with a work contract. Now, if you lie and then you bring the person here and you don't get them the contracts that you said you were going to get them, you, the employer, gets a 3-year ban from the government. What does that mean? Meaning, if you don't do it in the year 2025, up until the year 2029, because year 2026, 2027, 2028, you will be banned from doing the Flussi for anybody else. Now, when you don't do it because you lied in the year 2024 going to 2025, you get a 3-year ban, and then the next time you get to apply again for the Flussi will be in the next 4 years, because for the next 3 years you will not be able to do it. So this is how drastic this thing is. If you want to be credible, if you know you can bring only one person, bring one person. Don't bring multiple people to put yourself in any jeopardy. And that brings us to number 7. Now, number 7 puts a limitation on the number of people that anybody is supposed to bring. For example, if you are the employer that has enough money, that is what Italians call the fatturato. And this is what that means. Now, if you are what an Italian calls a datore di lavoro, and then your fatturato, that is the amount of money that your business is making, is higher, it gives you the opportunity to bring multiple people. So now what they are doing is they don't just give the chance for one person to bring 10 whilst they don't know what the person does. But before you present the demanda and then they give you the chance to bring 10 people, they make sure that you can afford to take care of 10 people. Not you as a person, but then the company through which you are bringing the person can afford to take care of 10 people. This is what people usually do over the years. They bring multiple people to enrich themselves. Then they take money from all of them. They don't care what the people come and do. They don't give them residence, nothing. And then the people become stranded in this country. The government is trying to get rid of that particular system. So much so that when you bring people into the country, they win, you as an employer win, and then the government also wins. Why? Because they pay taxes, they work, and then the employer gets their money back. That is the reason why they put that particular one in place. So you get to understand that if your facturato is not enough, you don't get the chance to bring so many people. Now, number 8. Number 8 is quite interesting. What it means is they give you the opportunity that when your work that you came to do ends, you get the opportunity to do another one. What does that mean? There is something in Italy that we call lavoro stagionale. Meaning when you do a particular work for a particular season. For example, in the months of August and September, they get people who work in the farms to come and pluck grapes. Now, when that season passes, it doesn't mean that the person that came into the country is useless. Because I came to work in the farms, I don't get to work anymore. But within 60 days, that person can find a job in another sector. You can find a job in the logistics, in the transportation, in the healthcare. So long as you do it within 60 days, you are safe to get another work permit, even if it's still stagionale, but you can change it this time around for a longer period. I hope you understand me. If you come as a healthcare worker, and then maybe it's a seasonal work, that is the meaning of stagionale, it's a seasonal work. After that season is done, you get the opportunity to change the work and then go do another one, and then they give you another work permit to do that, so that your work permit stays prolonged. So long as you are working, the Italian government is not going to worry you. But if you stop the work that you came to do and you don't do anything else, that becomes a problem. And then number 9. Number 9 says that when you bring the person into the country to come and do a seasonal work, that is the lavoro stagionale that we were talking about. They give the person a permesso soggiorno, your permit of stay in that country. They give you a permesso soggiorno that is stagionale, that is seasonal. Now, when the season has ended and then you get yourself another job that is longer, you get the opportunity to change that permesso soggiorno stagionale into a longer one, depending on the kind of work contract that you get, whether it's determinato or indeterminato, whether it's short or for life. If it's for life, we thank God. But if it's not for life, you get the opportunity to still keep working. So long as you are working in the country, you get the opportunity to still renew your document whilst you keep your work. So when you come, what they are trying to encourage is you don't come as a lazy person, come and lazy around and then feed on the government. They want you to come, and so long as you are working, the government is not going to disturb you, and then you are not going to be a nuisance to anybody. They don't want people stranded in the country. That is the reason why they are doing all this. Now, number 10, the government also hasn't forgotten about the refugees and people seeking asylum in the country. There are going to be spaces apportioned for also all those people, so that anytime that anybody enters this country as a refugee or someone that is seeking asylum because their country is in distress or they are coming from a war-stricken country, they get the opportunity also to apply for this particular one, so long as they are working. So if you are an employer, you can bring one of those people into your company, get them a contract, and so long as they are working, they get the opportunity to renew their documents. So if you are living in Italy already and then you are a refugee, in the year 2025, you can get the opportunity to get Italian documents so long as someone declares for you that they are going to employ you. That is the meaning. That to me is very, very good. Number 11. Now, if you work or you want to bring people to come and work here as what Italians call badante, that is the taking care of elderly people or disabled people. This is very important. The government is willing to apportion up to 10,000 spaces for people to come and fill as workers in this country in the year 2025. And this is how it's going to be done. Now, these spaces are not going to be given to individuals, but to companies that really work with those sectors. So if you want to bring someone from your country to come and work in that particular sector, you will have to work it through an agency or a company or a cooperative or whichever one you get. They don't give the chance for individuals to bring people to come and work there, but they are giving the chance to agencies and cooperatives to do that particular one. So if you have someone that you think can come and do that job, when you have someone that you want to bring into the country to come and do that job, you will have to find one of the agencies that does that so that you work through them. Obviously, they are going to charge you something, but then when they charge you something and the person comes, you are assured that the person gets to work with that agency, and through that agency, the person gets their contract. So in the year 2025, 10,000 spaces are going to be given to people who are willing to come and work in the care sector, that is taking care of the elderly, taking care of even the disabled, so that when they come, they get a steady contract through the agency. Number 12. Now, over the years, the government has paid particular attention to certain countries that abuse this particular flussi. They bring people, multiple people into the country, and they don't even care where the people go, whether they eat, whether they sleep, whether they drink, whether they don't care. All they do is bring you into the country, charge you huge sums of money, and then they leave you and you are on your own. And those countries are Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. If you come from any of those countries, please be careful. And then if you know someone that comes from any of those countries, please tell them. This time around, the government is very, very, very attentive on them, because they are the people, I don't say they alone, but then they are the top 3 people that abuse that particular thing very well. So they are going to take care of any country or any person that brings people into the country and then they don't take care of them. All they do is work through the process, bring the people here, and then leave them stranded. Please, if you come from any of those countries, or you know someone that comes from any of those countries, please inform them. Now, number 13 is the Italian government is going to make sure that they employ enough people in the various embassies to make sure that this long process and long procedures that they are willing to put in place are really implemented. So, in the various embassies, it could be in Ghana, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nigeria, wherever, they are going to employ enough people so that all the demand and then all the requirements and all the necessary things that are supposed to be done will be done in real time, so that no wasting of time, and then by the end of the time that they give, everything falls in place. So these are the 13 changes that has been made by the Italian government in the year 2025's flussi. So when they open the chance for people to start applying, I'm going to still make a video for that and then inform you. Thank you very much. And as I said, if today happens to be the first time watching my video, my name is Abuse Flussi. Please subscribe, share the video, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and then don't forget to like it. Thank you very much, and see you yet in another video. Bye bye.